Hey guys, welcome back again to Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy, where the proof is in the singing. I'm going to go ahead and do a Vocal Coach Reacts to Audio Slave, amazing live debut in New York City. And I haven't seen it yet, but apparently they do this on top of the lattice just above the Late Show, kind of on the roof, so to speak. And I don't know if this was planned or not, because it would seem to have to be. I can't imagine you could just set up on a roof like that. But I guess they did shut him down. So anyway, we just do it first, and we'll talk about it as we go along. Here we go.
Hey.
Slamming. Now, by the way, a lot of bands have done this, from the Beatles to U2, you name it. A lot of groups have done rooftop things. People have done, things on backs of trucks, they're driving through the city and whatnot. So this isn't a new thing, but it's very effective. So immediately they got this crazy audience boom, just like that. And the sound's pretty good for being, on top of a rooftop like that. So, but the other thing that kind of, tips me off a little bit is there's a lot of camera angles going on here. So I can't believe that this was just a quick plug and play, show up on a rooftop and do something. Obviously, there was a lot of strategic planning that went into this, so. Good sounds. Love Chris's voice, man. Great song. What a beast. One vocal out front, just killing it, man. That's great. I guess if you can't be in the Ed Sullivan Theater, you might as well be on top of it, right? That's great. So right away, Chris's voice is just killing it. Don't you just love his vocal tone? It's like so unique, so Chris. His note choices are great. His confidence is awesome. His pitch is awesome. His range is great. Air power is great. Band sounds great. It's just killing it. Great energy, man. Three-piece band as far as the instruments. Now, it's kind of like there's a lot of people there. Somehow, some way, someone had to tip them off that they're like, correct me, guys, put in the comment sections, because I don't know anything about this show. So if you guys appease me and ingratiate me and let me know what happened here, because it looks like there's a lot of people and they obviously like Chris and, maybe singing songs. I can't believe that many passerbyers knew him and cared that much, other than, oh, gee, that's kind of interesting, right? So, but they're just killing it. It sounds great, so. Great tone.
At the back door, everything is alright. All we need is some direction.
What a cool groove, huh? It's amazing that he's singing that in pitch, man, because I can't imagine that, with that quick of a setup, even if they did have spent some time on it, I'm not seeing a lot of wedges and a lot of great monitors. I see some behind the drummer there, at like 3 minutes and 44 seconds in, something like that. But I mean, overall, it's, just a rooftop thing, and he's just killing it. There's no sharps and flats, and band's killing it, no missed notes, drummer's just crazy energy, slamming, hitting it hard. Yeah, there's some headbangers out there. Someone knew they were coming. All right, something else. Here we go. Another one. This is like a debut for when they first did these tunes. I think these were like brand new at the time, so. What a great way to debut your songs. Wouldn't you love to do that, all my musician friends out there? Hey, I'm just going to set up the Ed Sullivan Theater, the late night show. I'm just going to go ahead and put the Tonight Show, late night show, sorry. I'm going to just set up my band and debut some songs and see what people think of it, right? How cool is that? At least in the case of the Beatles and U2, they mostly did known stuff, not new stuff like this that was new at the time. Now, I want to mention something else. Audioslave and other bands that Chris has been in, he came out of the grunge era out of Seattle, right? And at the time, most all those bands were really amelodic. Nirvana and all those groups, even Pearl Jam to a large extent. And they really were anti-melody, right? They really were. They were just, let's kind of have some weird chord change to kind of change up something that's kind of never been done before, and let's not get too melodic so that it didn't sound like melodic rock or classic rock or, what was going on 80s metal. There's a big departure from that. And what's interesting about Chris is, he had some of those roots. And a lot of those players did in those bands too. But, again, you have, like I said, other bands that sort of had instrumentation that sounded like Led Zeppelin and whatnot. We could talk about Stone Temple Pilots and so forth. But for the most part, they're really amelodic. And Chris came along and he added these really interesting melodies that kind of dipped a little bit into the seventh sound and the melodic, seventh sound of some of the psychedelic parts of 80s metal and classic rock and melodic rock, but not to where you sniffed it out, not to where you smelt it and it was like, you're an impersonator, you're really an 80s metal guy or this, that, and you're trying to do grunge. No, this is really in his heart, but he also had that influence and was able to incorporate that and bring it in, and you hear that in these tunes, which I think is awesome. So probably one of the only guys that really did that, or one of the few that actually did that, so it's pretty cool. Love that tone, man. It makes it so effortless, right? Kind of jealous. See what I mean? About the melodies? Very, very memorable. must not have been too cold out that night in New York City with all this. Have your shirt off, he's got a tank top on. Must have been some good weather. Love that screen. You know, something else I really like about Chris is, is not just his passion. We talk about passion and we talk about all these different things like that, but his confidence was so cool. You know, he didn't have to run around on stage and manufacture a bunch of energy that was kind of unnecessary. Like, and I'm super guilty of this too. I've done a lot of shows. I run from one end of the stage and the next, just trying to whatever. He's mesmerizing just watching him because of his confidence, and he just really likes what he does and he's into it, and he's not out to impress the world necessarily. He's already doing that with his voice and his, the songs he's written and whatnot. But he just has a really cool stage vibe about him and a confident stage presence where, he's captivating and he's mesmerizing, and he doesn't have to run around all over the place to get our attention, which is really cool. Now, I want to point something out about this melody line right here. Now imagine my guitar player friends out there. You came in and just kind of some lick that you're kind of rambling on. You're hoping it'll end soon. And he goes, oh no, like he's able to carve out these melodies out of some of this really obscure kind of melodic stuff, instrumentation that would be pretty hard to find melody in. So for you guys out there that are trying to write melody, you know what I'm talking about. It's not that easy to carve out a melody out of just some guitar lick like that. But Chris is, just a master at doing stuff like that. So I applaud him on that. That was awesome. That was super awesome. Actually, I know there's more to this. I think they do like a stone, and I think they even do Cochise or something. Maybe I can pick that up on the next round of these. But anyway, guys, if you like what you heard, please like and subscribe to my channel. I have a singing course that we walk through all this stuff step by step, how to get to these different places. I've done some of Chris's stuff. In fact, I'll put that in the description so you can see different songs I've done by Chris, and also some of my students that have done songs by Chris. We'll put that also in the description so you can see how we stack up and how we've done. So anyway, gang, and until next time, God bless all of you and peace out. Hey guys, if you like what you heard, please like and subscribe to my channel by clicking on the subscribe button. That will actually take you to another page where you want to click on the bell icon, and it opens up a menu, and the menu has notifications on it where there's a little box you can check where it says send me all notifications for this channel. Check the box and then click the save button, and you'll get notifications from me every time I have a cool video come out. Okay? Thanks guys. Peace out.